lesson is Unit 3, Lesson 5, Worksheet Z. Exponents and order of operations with decimals. Okay, and order of operations, we know, good idea to write our acronym, our mnemonic device, PEMDAS, remember that? For parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, left to right, addition, subtraction. Okay, so here we have, to start with, we know that 0.2 cubed, that's not going to be 0.8, right? Because we've got 0.2 times 0.2, right? And so that'll give us 0.8. Well, I'm just going 2 times 2 for right now. 2 times 2 is 4, right? Well, we're moving that decimal place to the left. How many places? 2. So that's actually 0.04, right? Not 0.4. So now we've got to multiply 0.2 again, right? And so now we're moving that decimal point how many places? 3, right? So that's going to be 0, 0, because that's 1, 2, 3 places. So when you're looking at decimals, squaring and cubing, especially the single digit ones, those are really can throw you off because they look harmless enough, but you have to watch them. Okay, so if we have a problem like 5.4 minus 0.4 squared. Now, you're squaring, okay, well, I kind of gave it away, didn't I? Because we're going to square it first before we subtract. But when you square it, you're squaring just the number, right? You don't square that minus sign. The only time you square a minus sign is if it's inside parentheses. So this would be like saying writing it out as 5.4 minus 0.4 times 0.4. Okay, so that's really what you're saying. So we're multiplying, we know that 0.4, and if you have to, off to the side, with decimals, you may need to do this, you're going to get 16, but we're moving that decimal point 2 places, right? So that's 0.16. Okay, so what we have here now is 5.4 minus 0.16. So, go back to doing it vertically. 5.4, and what do we have to do with decimals when we're subtracting? Line up the decimal points. Really easy to mess this up.
Isn't it supposed to be 16,000 because you have 2 decimal places?
Yeah, because you're moving it 1, 2 places, right? So that's like, if you were to write this as a fraction, that would be like saying 4 over 10 times 4 over 10, right? And so that would be 4 times 4 is 16 over 100, right? Not 1,000. Now, if you were multiplying 0.04 times 0.4, now you're going to move that over 3 places, like what we did here. That may be what you're thinking of.
It is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because we had 2 times 2, and then we multiplied 2 again. So that's why, you know, it may be a good idea for you to do this off to the side and then continue your steps, you know, like you normally do for the order of operations.
Do another one like that, like
For another one like what?
like the one you was doing.
This one here or up here?
No, the one you
Or-
was doing here.
This here? This problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do another one like that. Okay, so now, what do we have to do here? We've got 5, 4, and then we got minus 0.16, right?
Bar.
We have to borrow, we got a 0 here, we can't subtract 0 minus 6, right? We've got to borrow from the 4, make that a 3, 10. So that make that 4, 3 minus 2, 1 is 2. And so we get 5.24 is our answer. So, with decimals especially, you want to keep that process going like what you've been doing with order of operations, with whole numbers, with fractions. Now, off to the side, you're going to want to, you know, work your arithmetic, but then go back to your process of working vertically, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, be all over the page with working the problem, because when you do that,
Got a mess.
then you got a mess. Yeah, you lose, you know, it's easy to lose track, and
Get which
that's when,
step you done, which one you hadn't done.
exactly, you lose track of where you're at. So you want to keep those, that logical sequence going for you. All right, any questions with that? All right. Let's say that we have, jump ahead a little bit, but that's okay, but it's similar to this one here. xy minus z squared, where we have 5.04 is equal to x, and we've got 4 is equal to y, and we're going to say 2.1 equals z. Alright, so where the x is, what are we going to put in there? Well,
You
first,
got 4.
yeah, you want to substitute in first, right? 5.04, right? And what are we doing between the x and the y? What operation? Multiply, right? So we got to put parentheses. We're going to put a 4 in it, right? Minus, and then we're going to put 2.1 squared. Okay?